intelligence analyst is headed to prison after admitting to selling U.S. military secrets to a person linked with the Chinese government. Plus, a man is behind bars after police say he sexually assaulted a woman outside a bar on Broadway. And 2 teens are in custody following a bomb threat that forced the Murfreesboro church to evacuate.
We will have all this and more on this episode of APSU TV News. Welcome back to your APSU TV News. I'm Baylor Betts.
And I'm Michael Dangerfield. A former Fort Campbell soldier is now facing serious prison time after being found guilty of selling military secrets to people with an affiliation with the Chinese government. Clarksville Now reports Corbin Schultz has pleaded guilty to conspiring and to collect and transmit national defense information and unlawfully exporting controlled information to China, and accepting bribes for sensitive, non-public U.S. government information. Schultz was recruited by an individual who goes by, quote, conspirator A, end quote. The individual tasked Schultz to disclose documents, writings, plans, maps, notes, and photographs relating to national defense, as well as information relating to national defense. Conspirator A allegedly made at least 14 payments to Schultz after he handed over the documents and information that totaled approximately to $42,000. He faces up to 2 years onto 2 charges, or 20 years on 2 charges, 15 on one charge and 10 on the other. Partially because he considered his plea, he was only sentenced to 7 years. 2 teens are accused of making online bomb threats against a church in Murfreesboro. The Murfreesboro Police Department tells WSMV4 that the teens are facing charges of making a false report against New Vision Church on social media. Police say the first teen was taken into custody shortly after the threat was discovered Wednesday night. The second teen was taken into custody on Thursday. Fire and rescue crews evacuated the church. The police department announced that there were no bombs inside the church, but all remaining events were still canceled as a precaution.
One of Nashville's most popular murals have been vandalized again. The iconic I Believe in Nashville mural in 12th South is loved by tourists and locals alike, but now it's covered in paint. However, this is not the first time this has happened. The mural was vandalized in 2017 but was quickly restored. The I Believe in Nashville mural was a long history. WKRN reports the artist Adrian Saporti said it was meant to showcase my pride and love for the city. It has earned the status of a hot spot for regular photo opportunities. News 2 contacted Metro Police regarding this incident, yet no one has filed a police report. The mural was no longer visible Tuesday morning after it was completely painted over. Police have charged a man in a sexual assault outside of a Broadway bar. WKRN TV reports officers were called to the 300 block of Broadway around 3 on Monday morning. Arrest records show the woman told police she was leaving the bar around closing time when a man reached under her skirt and touched her. A witness at the scene confirmed that man did reach underneath her dress. The victim had a forensic medical exam at the Nashville Sexual Assault Center. Police say Anthony Martinez was identified as a suspected attacker and taken into custody. He was charged with felony rape without consent and booked into the Metro Jail on a $75,000 bond. Nissan executives have planned to announce to ramp up production in Smyrna amid tariff discussions. Nissan's Smyrna plant makes Nissan Rogues and employs roughly 5,700 workers. Representative Mike Sparks recalled Nissan coming to town back in 1983. Nissan announced plans to cut jobs earlier this year. WKRN states that Patrick Kamick, Senior Vice President of Economic Development, spoke at the Rutherford Chamber of Commerce and said, "It's hard to find an operation in Middle Tennessee that has a greater impact on our regional economy than the Nissan plant in Smyrna." A spokesperson for News 2 told Nissan that it was unclear when or how many jobs could come with this new addition.
Clarksville police are now looking for someone who stole a car from a gas station on Wilma Rudolph Boulevard. Investigators say it happened last Friday about 6 in the morning. The victim stopped at the High Road gas station when the suspected thief rode up on a blue bicycle and stole the car. Shortly after that, the car was found abandoned by police. However, the blue bike was still at the scene of the crime. Even if it's for a quick second, please say never leave your car running unattended. If you have any information that might help detectives, please give them a call. But stay tuned for the Political Corner right after this short break.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
Put a frog in a pot of boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in a pot of cool water and slowly heat it up, and that frog will boil. As veterans, we can tell ourselves the lie that it's easier to stay in that boiling water, to disconnect. But you've never been interested in easy. You are not a frog.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Worried about your friend but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR, it's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should. Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Hey everyone, I'm Jasmine Logan, and welcome back to the Political Corner. The war in the Middle East has taken another deadly turn. Nearly 24 people were killed at a shelter in Gaza after an overnight Israeli strike. The attack set fire to several tents and burned people alive. 6 other people, including young children, died from a different set of Israeli strikes. Officials said Arab mediators continue to work on proposals to end the war in Gaza, have all hostages released, and keep a truce intact for 5 to 7 years. Israel's allies, Britain, France, and Germany, say Israel's prevention of imports, like food, into Gaza is intolerable. Aid groups say most Palestinians only have access to 1 meal a day, while thousands of children are suffering from malnourishment. The health ministry shows Israel's attacks have led to the deaths of many women and children, totaling 51,000 Palestinian deaths overall. President Mahmoud Abbas has asked Hamas to release any remaining hostages so Israel can no longer use them as a reason to continue the ongoing conflict. The United States is proposing a plan to end the war in Ukraine, but the plan heavily favors Russia. President Donald Trump says Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is prolonging the war through, quote, inflammatory statements. Trump posted about negotiations to end the conflict between Ukraine and Russia, just hours after Vice President J.D. Vance said it is time for a peace deal. And Vance gave some new hints at what the U.S. would propose to make it happen. Brian Abel reports from the White House.
It's time for them to say yes, or for the U.S. to walk away from this process. Those were the words from Vice President J.D. Vance this morning in India, talking about Russia and Ukraine, saying the U.S. has, quote, issued a very explicit proposal to both countries. Vance also floating the idea of redrawing the borders of both, basically saying each side would have to give up some land as one of the final steps in reaching peace, telling reporters this.
I feel pretty optimistic about it. I think everybody has been negotiating in good faith, but it's now time, I think, to take, if not the final step, one of the final steps, which is at a broad level, the parties saying, we're going to stop the killing, we're going to freeze the territorial lines at some level close to where they are today, and we're going to actually put in place the kind of long-term diplomatic settlement that hopefully will lead to long-term peace.
The comments come just hours after Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Ukraine would never accept a deal that legitimized Russia's annexation of Crimea. And after a key meeting in London between leaders from the U.S., the UK, and Ukraine aimed at bringing an end to the war was downgraded after Secretary of State Marco Rubio said he would be skipping the summit he was expected to be a part of due to logistics. U.S. Special Envoy for Ukraine and Russia Keith Kellogg will represent the U.S. instead. Simultaneously, President Trump's Special Envoy to the Middle East, Steve Witkoff, is expected to this week be in Moscow for direct talks with Vladimir Putin of Russia. At the White House, Brian Abel reporting.
A U.S. citizen recently received a shocking notification from the Department of Homeland Security saying he has to leave the country or be deported. Texas immigration lawyer Hubert Montoya fell victim to a glitch with Customs and Border Protection attempting to revoke visas through the app CBP One used during border crossings. CBP admitted these notices may have been delivered to unintended citizens. The permits being revoked through the app also allow them to bypass the normal steps for sending a migrant with temporary protected status back to a dangerous homeland. Judges have since paused these notices, so they are not currently in effect. However, some migrants have already complied with the notice and returned to their home country to avoid unexpected deportation. The International Monetary Fund and the World Bank Group are meeting in Washington this week to discuss President Trump's tariffs and their effects on the world economy. Given the IMF's newly released World Economic Outlook, the location might be fitting. It says President Donald Trump's tariffs are slowing down U.S. and global economies. On the heels of that report last Tuesday, Trump showed signs he might ease up on some of his positions. Wall Street appears to appreciate that after this month's stock market plunge. But it's unclear if Trump's change of tone can change the fate of the economy, as Amy Kiley reports.
The president and the administration are setting the stage for a deal with China.
President Donald Trump is softening two of his most contentious economic positions, but a new report shows it might be too little too late. He says the tariff on many Chinese imports eventually won't be, quote, anywhere near the current level. It's 145% after his repeated hikes.
I'm not going to say, oh, I'm going to play hardball with China. I'm going to play hardball with you, President Xi. No. We're going to be very nice.
Trump also appears to be walking back his social media post that says the Federal Reserve Chair's termination can't come fast enough.
I have no intention of firing him. I would like to see him be a little more active in terms of his idea to lower interest rates.
The change of tone follows yesterday's grim report from the International Monetary Fund. It forecasts a global economic slowdown of 0.5% year over year. It predicts an even bigger hit to the U.S. economy. The IMF says it revised its forecast due to Trump's trade announcements on April 2nd. They include a 10% universal tariff, reciprocal duties that are on hold for 90 days, and hikes on Chinese imports.
Everybody is saying that the U.S. economy is in trouble, but the administration continues to say it's just a bit of transient or few transient problems. It's more than that, and the evidence is there.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Tennessee lawmakers passed several bills targeting diversity, equity, and inclusion last Tuesday. Lawmakers have approved a ban on the local government and colleges from accepting diversity hires. Instead, these places will only be allowed to make employment decisions based on your veteran status, qualifications, and other criteria considered lawful. Another bill was passed aimed at dismantling government programs supporting DEI. These bills follow President Donald Trump's statements about withholding funding from states using DEI initiatives. Tennessee lawmakers also passed several immigration bills. One new bill makes it a crime to help an illegal immigrant stay under the radar in exchange for money. Other notable bills that were proposed but not passed included restricting which public restrooms transgender people can use and not allowing children considered illegal immigrants to attend public schools. Well, that's all I have for you guys today here in the Political Corner. Stay tuned for the weather after this short break.
Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzing overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So, yeah, I know. That's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because all lives can't matter until Black lives matter.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Thank you for tuning in to your APSU TV News Update. I'm Brooke Lisenby here bringing you today's weather. Let's go ahead and check out our current national temperatures. Over here on the West Coast, we have Los Angeles at 64 degrees with mostly cloudy and thunderstorms. Over here in the Midwest, we have Denver sitting at 50 degrees with also mostly cloudy skies and a few possible afternoon showers. Taking a look in our Great Lakes region, we have Chicago at 55 degrees with also mostly cloudy skies. Taking a look up north, we have New York at 74 degrees and mostly cloudy skies as well. And then finally, in our southeast region, we have Atlanta at our highest, 79 degrees, and again, mostly cloudy skies. Moving along to our current local temperatures, we have Montgomery County sitting at 76 today with mostly thunderstorms and a few chances of showers. Southwest winds up at 11 miles per hour and a 69% chance of rain. Moving along to tonight's temperatures, we have 37 degrees with wind speeds up to 15 miles per hour and a 14% chance of rain. Taking a look at our 5-day forecast, again, we have Friday at 59 degrees being our highest and our lowest of 37 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. Saturday, we're moving up to the 60s at 64 degrees at our highest and a low of 40 with mostly sunny skies. Sunday, we also have sunny skies with our high being of 77 and our low of 63. Monday, partly cloudy skies with a few sunshine in the early day, 78 degrees being our highest and our low of 48 degrees. And on Tuesday, again, we have sunshine, 66 degrees and a low of 40. That's all I have for you with your local and national weather. APSU will be returning after this short break with your campus sports.
Yo, camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving.
I definitely can't drive.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
Yeah, Sam, Elmo. Oh, hey, Julia. Are you ready to play band with us? I'm gonna play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum.
Drum loud. Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music.
Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
Attention governors, midterms are coming up. Did you know that you can use the APSU Writing Center for help?
The center offers one-on-one consultations to help students at any stage of the writing process from brainstorming to revisions. It's a place away from distractions so you can clear your mind and focus on your paper. The center is on the first floor in the back of the library, past Starbucks. The writing center is by appointment only, so come on down and set one up today. And remember, and always, let's go P.
Wherever you see a flower, a bird, a beautiful tree, know that my love is with you as you bring our colorful stories to the world.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Hello, I'm Hugh Wheeler. Here is the latest in Clarksville sports. The Governors have thrown 2 no-hitters in the same season For the first time in 55 years, senior Jacob Weaver allowed just 3 walks and 0 hits in 7 innings last Friday in Richmond, Kentucky. APSU's bats have lit the conference on fire with 86 home runs so far. No other team in the Atlantic Sun has more than 40. Austin Peay swept Eastern Kentucky to reach 30 wins in their first 40 games for the very first time in program history. APSU's latest win comes against Big Ten opponent Purdue after scoring 16 runs on the Boilermakers. The Govs return to Tennessee for a weekend series with North Alabama beginning at 6 this evening. Austin Peay softball clinches a berth in the Atlantic Sun Conference tournament despite losing 2 of 3 games against Eastern Kentucky last weekend. APSU's bats have knocked out a staggering 62 home runs this year. They lead the conference in home runs by 26. The Governors have won an extra innings Wednesday matchup in Cookeville against Tennessee Tech 7-6. APSU can pass Central Arkansas in the standings by defeating them here in Clarksville this weekend. Austin Peay will round out the regular season in Nashville against Lipscomb before the ASUN tournament begins on May 6th. Governors men's golf ends their season finishing 9th place in the Atlantic Sun Championships in Valdosta, Georgia. Junior Patton Samuels and senior Reese Britt led the Govs with top 30 scores. 9th place is APSU's best finish since joining the ASUN in golf in 2022. Austin Peay women's golf ended their season with a 3rd place finish in the Atlantic Sun Conference last week. Senior Kaylee Campbell led the Govs with a 4th place finish at Owens Crossroads, Alabama. APSU's 3rd place finish is their best since joining the conference as well back in 2022. Governors women's tennis ended their season last Thursday with a 3-4 first-round loss against North Alabama in the Atlantic Sun Championships. Seniors Yua Hua Cheng and Denise Torrealba won their singles points in straight sets. This is the first time the Governors have not won their first ASUN tournament matchup. Austin Peay Beach Volleyball finishes their year with the worst record in team history at 3 wins and 22 losses. The Governors left Huntsville, Alabama without a set point in 2 Atlantic Sun tournament games yesterday for the first time since 2019. Sandy Stashville finishes the campaign on a 14-match losing streak, winning just 1 set point since April 5th. APSU track and field competed in 2 tournaments in California last week. The Governors will take this weekend off before traveling to Nashville for the Music City Challenge next weekend. That's all for sports. I'm Hugh Wheeler. We'll be back with more after these messages.
Great having you. Incredible women. I wish they had those kind of cool careers for women when we were growing up.
So in this flashback, we're all the same age?
Yeah.
What does everyone want to be when they grow up?
If I say 2 jobs, do I get extra credit?
No.
I want to make immersive video games. I want to revolutionize 3D printing. I want to analyze data from the cloud.
I want to be a meteor.
You mean meteorologist?
No.
That's great, Al. Follow your dreams.
For the record, I was a baby in the 70s.
Oh, man. I can't believe I'm missing this. Okay, Grandma. I see you.
Don't get stuck at home with the flu. A flu shot is the best way to prevent the flu and its potentially serious complications. It keeps you, your community, and loved ones protected. Don't get flu FOMO. Learn more at getmyflushot.org.
Welcome back for some news to brighten your day or even fill your calendar. Fair Housing 2025 is coming up tomorrow, April 26th in Clarksville. Several experts share their knowledge on various housing topics, including mortgages, credit repair, buying, selling, and renting. Clarksville Now reports the free event will take place from 10 o'clock in the morning through 3 o'clock in the afternoon at the Burt Cobb Recreation Center. The first 50 participants will get a ticket for Gordon's Sauce Pit food truck. Hundreds of motorcycle crashes have happened across Tennessee this year, and Montgomery County has already seen almost 3 dozen. Nearly half of them were deadly. Clarksville police are taking steps to help bring those numbers down by educating drivers and motorcycle enthusiasts. Tomorrow, April 26th, the Clarksville-Montgomery County Traffic Safety Task Force is hosting a motorcycle safety convention at the Clarksville-Montgomery County Regional Airport to bring awareness and build relationships between first responders and the motorcycle community. WKRN reports the areas known for crashes in Clarksville include Fort Campbell Boulevard, Tiny Town Road, and area highways.
Nashville had its first Easter event after being the scene of a deadly shooting a year earlier. Restaurant owner Erica Pfizer tells WSMV4, quote, "I still have to think about the fact that I was involved in a mass shooting. I don't think about it, that I got shot," end quote. The fatal shooting happened last Easter where a gunman opened fire into the restaurant, killing one and wounding over a dozen people. Pfizer remembers the day being filled with smiles and happiness, but everything changed in just a matter of seconds. Ever since that day, Pfizer has moved out of the Salem town location and moved onto Music Row, where it has been renamed the Roasted at Flavors. The new location includes live music, a full bar, and adjusted hours from the original location. This Saturday, Kroger is hosting their
new event.
Yeah, absolutely.
Last Tuesday, Austin Peay's Theater and Dance Department had a ribbon cutting event for the brand new Sarah and Mike Got Your Theater. There are several performances done here every year, some led by faculty and some led by students. One upcoming event is the New Play Festival taking place on May 4th at 1 in the afternoon at Traherne's Theater. This event provides an opportunity for playwriting students and directing students to collaborate on a new 10-minute play. They work tirelessly on last-minute rehearsals and tech the night before their festival to ensure a smooth performance. So make sure to come down to the new auditorium on the 4th to see some original student play free of charge.
Before we wrap up this last episode of the year, we want to take a moment to say goodbye and good luck to 5 amazing members of our APSU TV team who are graduating this semester. Jim, thank you for always making sure we sounded our best. Your attention to detail behind the soundboard made a huge difference in every broadcast. We'll miss your steady hands and calm energy in the booth. Clark, from running the teleprompter with precision to producing the verdict, your reliability and creativity have never gone unnoticed. You kept us on track, literally and figuratively, and we're grateful for your dedication. Cooper, as our technical director, you are the backbone of our show's look and flow. From switching cameras to calling shots, your eye for detail made every episode shine. Thank you for making us look good every single time. Mo, you've been everywhere and done everything. Whether you were assistant producing the verdict or stepping into whatever role we needed, your versatility and yes attitude kept our newsroom running smoothly. We'll miss your hustle and your heart. And to Bryce, our graduate assistant and incredible floor director, thank you for your leadership, calm presence, and always keeping us camera ready. You've been a mentor and a friend to so many of us. Our producer, Brianna Franklin, and the rest of our team would like to thank some of our graduating seniors. Thank you for being such an important part of our team. We wish you, each and every one of you, the best of luck in your next chapter. Go chase those dreams.
All right, what do we think? Last
week of so sad.
I know, I kind of wanted to cry when I was reading that. I was like, wow, that's really sentimental.
I'm gonna miss our seniors graduating.
Oh no.
Yeah, our seniors were awesome. Do we have summer plans? What's our summer break plan?
Probably going to DC in the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
Taking my first summer class, definitely try to get it all
worked out before graduation.
That'll be
I
fun.
love that.
Classes are a good move. Good move.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Make sure to follow us on Facebook at APSU TV Clarksville and Instagram at APSU_TV. Thank you for watching your APSU TV news update. Have a great summer, and we'll see you back here in the fall. We'll be back next time, and as always,
let's go Peay.